Hi, Gary here. This is our second post on financial literacy, and it's about launching young people into the workplace. Last time we looked at building the initial money skill sets for children from the age of 4 up to the teen years. Now, one of the things that we've learned from the greatest generation and people of wealth, and the only common denominator we've been able to identify is one thing for successful people, at least in terms of building a nice nest egg, and that is they save first and they spend second. That's it. It's a real basic thing. It's a basic money skill that's really important to learn right up front. So you have a young person out there, and they're going to get off into the world with their very first job, making some really decent money. We're not talking about the jobs they had, part-time jobs, they made through high school, maybe in college, but this is really launched them into the world. What you really want to do is sit down with them for about an hour and get very clear about this and say, look, going back to those 4 slots in that pig, and say, first we want to invest, then save, then spend and donate. So the invest side is fairly easy today. Most corporations have a 401k plan. If they don't, there's another way of doing this. In the 401ks, many of them have matching, so automatically you're getting return on your money just from the corporation. And it's a way of being able to build things very quickly. Also in these 401ks, it's not easy to access the money, so it's unlikely they're going to put it in and take that money back out. At least 10% of their gross pay should go in there, at least to start off, and that should grow over time. Now here's the interesting point. These young people have no idea of what it costs to live. They have an idea, but they haven't really lived fully out there in the real world. So when you pull those funds off the top, then their housing and their food and all their other stuff gets built in off of that on the back end after they pull that first 10% off. It works, and it works really well. We've had many children of our clients come in here, and we've walked them through this in an hour. Just walk them through. And it's very important because they really do and have looked at what it costs to rent and for food and everything else, and walk them through that whole spending plan, but right up front, 10% up front right off into the 401k, or into, if they don't have 401k, into a separate investment account that pulls money directly out of their account up front before they get that money into their account from that pay. It's very important to set that initial really great habit of saving first and spending second. And believe it or not, that's the number one thing to do. Beyond that, you get into all the other stuff, but if we don't get them launched off right, they don't get themselves launched off correctly up front, they're just going to start a very bad path. So the folks we've seen, 10 years down the line, they got a house now and they're married and have children. They have nothing. They're spending everything. They can't really go back and save anything. So it's really hard for them at that point to do any additional savings, and it's difficult, and it makes it very hard to really build that nest egg up going forward down the line. So the key here is sitting down and setting the stage right up front before that very first paycheck that they get in their first real job, and getting them to do what's been a very successful formula for their parents, their grandparents, and their great-grandparents, and that is to save first and spend second. If financial literacy is important to you, April's Financial Literacy Month, and leading up to that we have a seminar in March on taking charge of your wealth. You can go to our website under the events page and sign up there. You can call us at the 800 number or again coylefinancial.com for that. We'd love to see you there. Bring a guest, and hopefully you'll get some learning out of it, and that's what it's all about. So until next time, enjoy.